You learn a lot in the rehearsal process with the actors. When you're writing, it's all in your head, and you could say it aloud when you're in your room, but there's nothing like giving it to an actor and then that day seeing it go up. And there's a lot of anxiety because you think something's great and then it gets put up and nobody's laughing, and you're just like, oh my God, I thought it was funny. And working with the different actors, you learn their different personalities, and it's I believe it's a very rewarding process for both the actors and the writers, learning how each other works.
A lot of this is written by people that share their experiences, or the actors have a lot of input in the writing. It's very collaborative in a lot of ways, because I don't want actors just to think of themselves as actors. They need to think of themselves as writers, producers, all those different things, directors, because the best way to survive in the business is to be versatile, to be able to change, to evolve.
These people are so talented and just so naturally funny. Even when we're not on the stage rehearsing, they're making me laugh throughout the day. And so, they just have this innate ability to just make people smile. So I'm learning that. I'm learning how to, make what's a bit. I'm learning the different terminology for a comedian. It's been a crazy learning experience, and the people I'm working with are awesome.
Just being around a room full of writers and really, really talented actors and writers, it takes a lot of patience, hashing out ideas, finding beats, premises. It's definitely a formula, these sketch comedy pieces that we're doing. So I'm learning so much about timing, comedic timing, and also as far as writing goes, I'm learning what works and what doesn't. And as an actor in it takes a lot of patience and flexibility, because you really want to do your best with what the writer gives you. So you have to be patient not only with yourself, and because if you put it up once and you feel like you could have done better, then you're like, I could have done that better. It's almost one of those things, like you have to do it right then and there. So there's a lot on the line, and there's really high stakes.
I think it's pretty grueling. I think it's grueling on the talent, it's grueling on the producers and the writers, because the changes are so quick. They come in with a preconceived notion of how sketch looks and the audience that's worked for them, and they now need to write and act for a different room.
In the rehearsal process, I'm learning a lot about how far professionalism and a good attitude carry you, because I've never been fully and only on the writing side of a staff, and so it's been a great experience to watch how great these actors are and how terrific they are at taking notes and going with them and just incorporating them and also adding their own style. So I've learned a lot from the actors by letting them do their thing while continuing to do the best at what I'm doing in this process, which is writing. So
there's a lot more work, I think, that goes into the writing of a successful show. I think in my mind, I understand what it's like to go through a lot of work as an actor. And I, of course, take all my acting and all of the things that I do comedically very seriously. But I think sort of in my mind, I thought in some way that the writing process was a little less laborious, I guess would be the word. The writers are going up, they're writing their stuff, and sometimes it's just like, nope, we're not going to use it, and sometimes it's like rewrite.
Everybody's kind of like in a stressed out point, because we all want this show to be so great, and we're trying to get it there, and it's almost there, but it's a pretty hard situation to deal with. So as long as we maintain a positive attitude and keep on pushing, the final product will be the best for all of us.
It's good to, stay calm, have fun throughout the whole day. It's really important to have a good attitude, because then you perform better. If you get tired or run down, your sketch won't go over that well, and so that will hurt the writer and the other fellow performers. So you just always have to have a positive attitude. So whatever way you can get that, whether it be doing like funny bits with people throughout the day, or just like stay positive and drink lots of coffee, and because you can get tired being like, giving all your energy and then stopping and then giving all your energy again. So it's important just to have a positive attitude throughout the whole rehearsal process because the days are long.
It's always time to bring your A game. I feel like I'm working with such talented people, writers, actors, people who are so seasoned in the industry like Fern and Rick, that something they've really drilled into our heads is consider every time you get to step up on stage and perform a real opportunity. It's not just rehearsal. Think of everything as a performance, which is cool. And I definitely feel like when I go into auditions now, I'm more relaxed because I'm more used to being in that zone all the time.
So much you can, I really judge people a little bit more by their work ethic. Because I've been in this business long enough to see people that weren't the most talented, hands down. Between one actor who's much more talented than the other actor. But the other actor may be more professional than the talented one, as strange as that sounds. And it's such a competitive business that you need people to have a great work ethic. You know, be at rehearsal, work and give it your all. Don't leave anything on the field. I mean, really play hard, and have fun. You know, I always tell people, be a kid. You know, act like a kid, because it's using your imagination and it's fun. And what the show is a lot of fun. People really have a good time. They don't realize the 3 months of torturous work that makes it look really fun for an hour. The hardest thing we do is that people go, this is great, it killed on a Tuesday night in the Groundlings or Tuesday night in Improv West or whatever. This really worked. My friends love this. And you have to say, no, you're now broadening your audience. You're not playing in a 99-seat theater, you're playing a much bigger theater. You're playing to an audience that isn't your friends or isn't a small house. It's actually industry people that are going to look at you very, very critically, because they're looking at you for you to provide who you are and to go in and make them look good when they cast you. So the criticism is what we have to deal with. And if you can't take criticism, you're not going to last. So we're very critical during this process. We're encouraging, but we're mostly critical, because we need everyone to look and become that ensemble and keep putting the bar higher and higher. What I like to see is someone take a note and improve on it. You know, as a director, you'll give an actor a note, and I want them to do the note and then improve on it. And I think I see that a lot, even with the writers as well. You know, because part of it is the breaking down process of what the business is. The business says, you know, if I walk into, as a writer, I come in and go, hey, here's the script, it's perfect. And in my mind, it probably is. But the producer and the director and the actor might have notes and things they want to say about it. It's not necessarily perfect for them. And to hear their feedback, take it and go, okay, how can I change this? So I communicate to them what my vision is, and they communicate to me what their vision is, and together we make the piece a better piece.
What I love about this rehearsal process for this group for every year is going from seeing the work that they've brought in, that they've worked on for years and years, knowing that that's proven, thinking that that's going to work here, and learning to actually elevate it. Because I think every writer and every actor in this process has learned that their work, wherever it is, it was great, but now we're asking more. And they all brought it to the table. And we've seen that over the 3 months. It's a 3-month process. I don't know of any other showcase that allows that to happen, where the writers actually sit down and they work with the ADs and the director, where the actors are actually, you know, really fine-tuning what they do and elevating it more. We ask more, and they bring it to the table. So then when they book, when they leave here, they're ready to go. They've got a work ethic that is beyond, and they're ready to take charge and bring what they can to the table without being asked.
Humbling experience, because as a stand-up, I mainly do stand-up. I've not done a lot of improv and sketch. So coming in board and meeting the writers, and they're throwing a lot of scripts and stuff and getting up and trying to make them hit. As a comic, you don't want to come in and bomb with sketches every day. And so it was very humbling at first and challenging. But now it's actually made me a stronger performer just from the challenges that I've had to face, and actually fears I've had to face. So it's been really rewarding on many levels, actually.
And it's intense, like the rehearsal process. It's really good because I think it like develops you to become like stronger, because you can get attached to something and it can get destroyed in like 30 seconds, and you can work on something the day before and you come in and it just doesn't work in front of this audience and you will never see it again. And I think that's like a good thing to develop, like not get too attached to like stuff that you've written or you're acting in or stuff that you brought in from before. Like everyone who came here like understood this was a fresh start. Like it didn't matter how much stuff you had done before. We're all going to work towards this one show. And that's been like a very interesting thing that I think I'm going to take away from this, is just to like get your ego out of the equation and just, you know, if something's not working for this particular show, just let it go and just like move on, like find something else. And like everyone had that like little breakdown of like, that sketch worked in this theater, I did it like 3 years ago and it just didn't work here, and so you just move on, you like write something else, and like you keep like moving forward. So
the process is there is so much time to rehearse, so it really is sort of like sketch comedy class. It's been really fulfilling to be able to have a place to come 3 or 4 times a week to actually just get up on stage, create, work out stuff. Feels sort of like an acting class for free, which is great.
This is such a long process for me, and thank goodness CBS is so generous to let me go to rehearsals, every rehearsal, to, you know, get through this with everyone. And really, we put all of our money and time, you know, CBS puts a lot of money into this. I'm so grateful, and I really love at the end, you know, seeing the results. And it's for the whole community. We're really excited about our program.